All right, hey guys, I'm Andy and I work at a biofertilizer production facility here in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, and I am super excited because after years and years of research and development, we've been working very hard to develop a biofertilizer technology here in a third world country in Central Asia, and we are very excited to finally see the fruits of our labor and all our projects coming to fruition. So today I'm super excited to walk around, interview some of the guys at the farm here, and talk about how we are finally breaking into sales, scaling up with our production line, and also accelerating scientific research on our biofertilizer. So we've had an incredible spring, lots of growth, lots of very fast acceleration. We're lining up for a big summer this year, so I am very excited. I'll show you around and we'll take a look.
So it's time for a spring update. We've had an incredibly active spring with a lot to report. But let me just back up a little bit because we're here at the Integra base. And Integra stands for an integrated farming. That's our dream. That's been our long-term dream and vision. Big agribusiness has taken its toll on the ecology and on the economy of farming all over the world, not just Central Asia. Here it's a little different in that was brought on by the communist regime, but the effect is the same and probably worse in these developing countries because a large part of the rural population is already on the poverty line. So with farming not working well, this young generation is abandoning farming, moving away from the land in large numbers because they just don't see the profitability in it. And that leaves families without fathers, families without husbands, and they're off, in some other country working to send back remittances. So all this adds up to our motivation and dream that there can be a movement to make farming honorable again. And there's a lot of rootedness of the people in Central Asia to the land. Actually, it was more of an animal herding, animal husbandry kind of a culture. The Kyrgyz were quite nomadic or semi-nomadic. They had large herds of sheep and cows and horses. So there's a lot of manure available. And manure, if recycled properly, then it's like the world's best fertilizer. And so that's been our dream. Of course, just to explain a minute, we use biogas technology. So manure that is largely treated as a waste here and not used, not processed, can be turned into a valuable product. So we've been on this track for some years. Our dream, our goal has always been to see it contribute to sustainable farming. So when we talk about sustainability, the market needs to accept the new product. It needs to pick up its own momentum, and there needs to be market demand for it. If it's not working in the free market, if it's not profitable for them, if it's not economical, if it's not successfully doing the job of fertilizer, then it'll never become part of helping farming here be sustainable. So we're very excited. That's just a little background because we've been leading up for several years to actually getting into the market. So now we're in the market. We've made our sales launch. We've got about 40 sales points all over the country that are selling the product. I would say probably 25% of them now are actively moving product, maybe a ton a month, maybe 1,000 liters a month is where we're at. That's a drop in the bucket compared to the need, obviously, across the country, but it's a start. Yeah, so we're gonna continue to do training with them. We're gonna continue to get ourselves ready. It almost feels like we know this tipping point in the market is coming, and it's gonna be like, okay, the boulder just came over the peak and it's rolling downhill, and now we gotta gallop ahead of it. And it's like we're now getting our horses all hitched up to the carriage, and we're just holding in the reins, so to speak, because we can't pull the trigger on investing in upscaling our production until the market demand is at the right place. But we're coming up on it. Okay, we want to give you a little tour of our latest developments and just share some of the excitement with you. Yeah, again, we've crossed some lines in a development. This has been envisioned for a while. First, when we began filtering the fertilizer, it was for the sake, as I said, of putting it out through drip irrigation. So the first thing we did is we installed these liquid solid separators. And so what they do is they take out this kind of hard fraction from the fertilizer, and it is stored here, and I'll come back to that, but then the liquid drops into the tank and it's pumped from there to this next station. You can hear everything here working, but this is a centrifuge. So it's spinning out the liquid again and leaving behind some hard fraction there. From there, it's pumped again to the third station. So the third station then is a centrifuge as well, same technology but on a larger scale. And now we've stepped down from filtering it at one size screen down to a smaller size screen, and then it's pumped from there to the next one, goes down to a smaller size screen again. And the object is, as it moves through the process, it continues to move very efficiently without clogging up these screens. But in the end, it comes out filtered to the degree that it will go through drip irrigation or a sprayer, like if you're spraying fruit trees, and there'll be no issues with clogging. And then from there, it pumps over into that blue tank. That's the finished product, and you can see where Mirlan is over there working. That's the bottling station. I'm bottling, could be 1 liter bottles, they could be these big 30 liter canisters. Yeah, so a lot of development here. All of this includes wiring, pumping, piping. These electric service boxes automate, not fully, but semi-automate this whole thing to where it regulates the flow, and one man can pretty much man this whole system all the way up to the bottling stage. So here you can see the bottling station. Our team is a research and development team. They created all this from scratch. They can adjust it to where it fills a certain bottle, and it fills it slowly without creating, foam that overflows, and they can move from one bottle to the next. Anyway, we're super proud of what they've created.
All right, guys, I did want to pop in here and take a quick look at our pelletization line, which is up and coming right now, which is very exciting. So our guys are very hard at work right now, working on a whole new line here to the left of me, back and to the left of me, we're working on our pelletization line. So we're working on essentially the biofertilizer goes through the liquid solid separator where the liquids are taken off, and that's what forms our main biofertilizer product right now. But the solids are also very high in bacterial population and a very good fertilizer, but it's really hard to find a way to effectively package and distribute them. So we're working on essentially pelletizing them into granules that farmers can use on their fields. So the idea is that we're going to take the solids that comes out of the liquid solid separator, and it'll go through a machine that's going to pelletize them into small pellets, and then they'll be run through basically a pipe where they dry, kind of like a dog food kernel, if you can kind of envision that. And then the end goal with those pellets is that we'll be able to take them, and farmers can actually sow them alongside a seed in their fields. So there'll be like one pellet next to one seed, and that pellet will disintegrate in the soil, and the bacterial population will be like an inoculant for that seed, and will essentially give that seed the bacteria around the rhizosphere and around the plant roots that it needs for that seed to sprout in a very healthy state, and it'll really just boost crop growth right up front. So we have a big vision with that, so we're super excited. So like I said, our guys are very hard at work here, working on cutting and welding and putting this thing together, so we're really excited.
Another point I wanted to share, because it's a very critical piece in the bigger picture, is the science behind it all. And over the last 2-3 years, we've worked with maybe 50 farmers doing experiments with all kinds of crops, everything from fruit trees to vegetables to field grain crops, berries, flowers, I mean, you name it. We've experimented, and we've had overall great feedback. I mean, there's the random outlier where someone's just not using it at the right time or whatever, and they need agronomist support. But we've had great anecdotal success with the biofertilizer. Recently, we had a bit of a hiccup, and for some reason, it wasn't working the way we expected in one farmer's field. And so that has been a great impulse to kind of dig into the science. John, who will be showing up here at the base shortly, from Taiwan, is a biologist, chemist. He's developed his skills in the university laboratory setting. Just a phenomenal scientist. And oh, I'm sorry, that's Alan. And then John from Washington State in the U.S. Also ran laboratories, but in the commercial sector. And he's an orchard, apple orchard owner as well. And so, I mean, we've got these guys now helping to answer our questions and to structure experiments. We've got some very disciplined experiments going on in the field. We're here at the base and also in the laboratory. So, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's like, you know, you're walking half blind and you put on your prescription glasses and it's like, oh, wow, now I can see. And yeah, everything that's happening at the microbiology level. Now, that's going to be an ongoing thing. It's just phenomenal. I mean, creation is phenomenal. It's like nature works because it was made to work on purpose. And when you dig into it and you see how intricately everything fits together and works, it's just awesome.
All right, guys, as you can tell, we are lining up for a huge summer. We are so excited with our science, with our scaling, our production line, with our sales. Everything is just rocking and rolling, really great. We're very excited. So I hope you did enjoy this little update from what we're doing out here in Kyrgyzstan. If you did, definitely go ahead and like that video. That'll just help us reach more people, which would just be great for our company. And then I also wanted to mention, if you head over to our channel page, you can find lots of other videos if you're interested in learning more about us, learning more about what we do, or you're just not up to speed on all our projects. We have lots of awesome videos, including just kind of like a company overview video that you can watch if you just want to learn more about Integra, what we do here, kind of like the mission and vision behind all our biofertilizer and just how it works, the nitty-gritty science of it. And we also have videos as we tour around and visit different farmers who are actually using our product in the field in very poor rural regions scattered all across the country of Kyrgyzstan. So those are some really awesome videos too. And they also give a kind of a sneak peek into Kyrgyz culture, which is really awesome too if you're interested in anything like that. So definitely go ahead, find our channel page if you want to learn more. Go ahead, like the video, that'll help us out a ton. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.